Hey everybody, how's it going? Synthwave here, and I am gonna try to use Hound. I have been, no pun intended, I've been getting hounded to make this video. Lots of people have been requesting me to do a Hound video. Lots of people have been requesting other YouTubers to do Hound videos, and they've all said no, just like me. Why? Because they don't want to embarrass themselves. But I'm going to embarrass myself today. I figure why not? So I've stacked him. We've got RC giving him a 20% crit rate boost on ranged attacks. Mirage is doing the same, and then he gives she gives a crit damage boost, and he gives a power rate boost. And then I've got underneath him, I've got Barricade, giving him a little an attack rating because he's going to need all the attack he can get because he's weak. 10% crit rate, and then I've finally got his good buddy Mixmaster, his monthly featured bot buddy, giving him 9% debuff duration and then 10% special damage boost. I did record these two videos just ahead of time, just because I was really pressed for time and I knew I wasn't going to be able to try and do both the video and the audio together. So I think I did these last night. So right before I went to bed. So yeah, the fighting is probably not as good as it can be, but I figured I would just go ahead and try and get it done, and so I could just get it off of my to-do list, because I know everyone has been saying do a Hound video. But yeah, nobody wants to do a Hound video, and he's got lots of reasons. There's lots of reasons why nobody wants to do it, and I'm gonna try to I think I tried to replicate it here real quick. One of the problems with Hound is his signature ability. That's kind of what his whole kit is built around, is being able to get these ranged speed and damage boosts. I had an app open here. I had too many apps open and it was causing the phone to hitch, so I closed them. But yeah, I'll try and replicate it here. What I'm trying to replicate is his ballerina role, his fat guy role. Gets him into trouble. He suffers from, I don't know if it's too slow. I don't know if Kabam were to speed it up, if it would solve the problem. I don't know if it's a hitbox issue. I don't know what the problem is. But if you try and dodge these range shots, a lot of the AI is oftentimes programmed to do range shots and then dashes, and so you go to dodge the range shot and he does his ballerina roll, and he ballerina rolls right into their combos. So that's what I was trying to replicate. His special 2, Mixmaster's special 2, every bot in the game is able to sidestep that first throw. I did it too early, and so it was a timing issue, and I couldn't actually replicate the problem. But there's times where you go to dodge that first throw that he does, and Hound shows off and tries to do his little fat guy roll, and he ends up getting tagged. It's the same principle. It's the same principle with getting tagged with dash-ins or certain special attacks. He eats the attack, and so that is one reason of many why guys don't like using Hound. The other reason is that he is just more trouble than he's worth. It would be one thing if he put out, a much higher damage output, and it was much easier to get those that damage output going. But you can see, I mean, I've got 20% for RC, 20% for Mirage, 10% for Barricade. That's 50%. So right now, and then my masteries add another 5%. So he's at a 55% crit rate right now. And you can see, even with those numbers, he's not putting up a lot of damage. And granted, he's not forged at all. And his signature level is like 15 or 16. It's not very high. So I know, like, if I were to show you a fully forged max signature Hound, we'd probably get a different picture. But it's too much of a gamble. That you're talking about investing a lot of resources into a very unpredictable bot right now, who is broken in some ways. His special 2 is pretty worthless, his special 3 is pretty worthless, so I think you're going to see me mainly using his special 1 during this video, and really just trying to get those burn debuffs applied. I think the most I got was like 7 or 8 at once. Yeah, I mean, that's really the best way to make him work. Don't bother with his precision ammo. I think I try and show that off in the second video I did. And it just, you know, the design is that you're supposed to apply all these burns to your opponent, and then the theory is that you switch your ammo to precision ammo, and those that increased, you know, his damage output while an opponent is burning. And I didn't really notice much difference. But yeah, I mean, you can see even here he's got a 55% crit rate boost, and then on top of it, I think they boosted his crit rate, his base stats a little bit, so it's probably higher. It's probably closer to 60. And then if you are lucky enough to get the 50% chance to land the crit rate resistance debuff went from his heavy attack, if you can get that adds another 27%. So even then, you know, that's close to 87% crit rate. But he's not critting that much. So, you know, I know Kabam is kind of famous for, they kind of toy with and doctor, you know, the percentages a little bit. That's why I always say go with bots that have a 100% rate for anything, because then you know it's going to be guaranteed to hit. With these, you just run the risk too much of, you know, the number. I don't think the chances to land rates are ever accurate. I think they're constantly toyed with and doctored with by algorithms in the game. And you can see that because there'll be some times where like he will have like it's like a 70 or 80% chance to land crit shots, and he won't do it, you know, on when he needs to. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, you can see, I mean, this is about as good as I get. I think I got him below like 50%, and that was like the best I could do. And granted, I only did like 2 or 3 fights. You know, I didn't try very hard. It was late last night. It wasn't a fight I was looking forward to doing anyways. But yeah, so I'm confident if I like I said, if I were to invest in him, forge him up fully, you know, dump a bunch of SIGs into him. I think his cap, like SIG 100, is like 200% rate damage. I know he would do a lot of damage then, but like I said, that's not the point. The point is, like, his roll is broken. His chance to land, unless you stack his team. Yeah, so it was like 46, 45%, something like that. Yeah, unless you stack his team like I've done, with four other bots helping him out with critical rate, extra damage, extra critical damage, extra special damage, you know, unless you're boosting him, you know, synergizing him out the wazoo, he's not gonna do anything. So here we go. I started it just in the middle of the fight because these fights are dull. They're just so boring, guys, and I just don't want to. I want to spare you from that. So there's his crit resistance debuff there, and we'll see what we can do. I think this was the one where I tried to apply a bunch of burns to him and then switch to precision ammo to kind of show off his damage that way. So we'll see what we can. Yeah, so I've switched to precision. You can see I got hit just even switching. And so see there, you know, I mean, granted, I don't know if the burn was still on there, but that's also part of the problem. Is it's hard to do manage all this stuff. You've got to make sure there's burns applied, switch the ammo, and then during that time, without, you know, getting too overzealous and firing too many range shots, you've got to. So there, it really didn't do much. I don't, or did I have? I don't know. I don't even know if I had the precision ammo on. It's, I just don't bother with it, you know, unless you're going up against a heavy evasion bot. I don't even know if it's worth changing the ammo out. So yeah. So yeah, you can, well, I flubbed that one. Like I said, I was late. I was tired. But yeah, you saw, like, you know, the beginning of this fight, his special 3, it's pretty worthless. You know, it gives you that guaranteed crit resistance debuff, but again, it's not a game-changing debuff, you know. Because even when you apply the burns are so low. You need to stack so many of them, and for that you need like a 60 to 80% crit rate, and that's just, yeah, that's ridiculous. You shouldn't have to boost a bot that badly to get results, and so that's just Hound in a nutshell. He needs to be boosted so much to get results. So. There's his pathetic special 2. Even with a crit rate debuff on him, that was 70-80% chance to land, and his special 2 didn't do anything. So yeah, he's pretty worthless, guys. You know, yeah, there you go. That's how we finish it off. That was the roll. Any other bot would have dodged that, and his roll got the better of him. So yeah, I couldn't think of a better way to end a video on Hound than that. So yeah, with Spotlight getting ready to kick off here in a few minutes, you will have the chance to purchase a 5-star Hound, and I could not give a bigger caveat emptor, a bigger buyer beware sign than this video. I'm sure there's other guys out there that have probably, who, you know, if they've committed to him and they play him a lot, can probably post a better video. They might be, you know, they'll probably have him at a higher forge rate, a higher signature rate. But this was just me fooling around a couple times, just trying to see what I could do with him. And I don't like him. I don't like using him. I don't think he is going to be, you know, his synergies are, you know, if you had to bring him to Alliance mission, you're just going to use movie Optimus Prime. You're just going to use get his synergy. You know, if you really want to get the most out of Hound, either forge him, max him up, you know, max forge him, dump all the SIGs into him, and then forge him into your favorite 5-star bot. But the other option would be if you have, you know, like a max forged, heavily SIG'd, you know, movie Optimus Prime. You know, say run movie Optimus Prime and 5-star Hound and 4-star Hound, and just get the healing synergy that Hound gives him, and just use him, because that's about all Hound is good for. So there you go, guys. That's my Hound video. Yeah, maybe if Kabam goes and reworks his roll a little bit and boosts his damage output, if they give him a 100% chance to do that crit resistance debuff, maybe he'll be better. But even then, just because you have that crit resistance debuff doesn't mean he's going to land those necessary critical hits that he needs to be good. So there you go. There's Hound. Hot or not? Definitely not in my book. But let me know in the comments what you think. If you use him, post a video. Send me a video. I'll post it on my channel. I'd love to see a good video of him being used effectively. But I just didn't have much luck doing it. So anyways, there you go, guys. Maybe I'll do some Spotlight videos this month. It's kickback. So I know my hot rod is ready to squash that bug, and so maybe I'll get off my ass and do some Spotlight videos this month, because I didn't bother last month. I don't plan on doing any monthly objectives. I don't plan on going for all of them. So yeah, so maybe we'll do some Spotlight videos just to kind of alleviate the boredom. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care. Have a great day.